Welcome back. Now, despite the SME industry being a big driver of employment in small businesses, face a number of challenges in South Africa. Partnerships between SMEs and support lenders aim to help grow this crucial sector of the economy and aid the country's post-pandemic recovery. Now, the eThekwini Furniture Cluster and KwaZulu-Natal Clothing and Textile Cluster Accelerators have taken it upon themselves to take businesses to the next level by opening 2023 applications. Now, to tell us more about this, we're joined on Zoom by Kyle Ballard, who is the head of Accelerators at KZNCTC and EFC. Kyle, a very good morning to you. A warm welcome to Morning Live. I mean, what is a business accelerator and how does it work?
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for having me. Accelerator really is the way that we find and develop the future suppliers of these big, large corporates who are participating in these clusters. And really how it works is small businesses have a chance to pitch their business to several big customers within that sector. And through participation in various phases of the screening and so on, they're eventually selected. The high potential companies are selected to then receive a whole lot more sales from those big customers and, of course, a whole lot of support, be that financial or otherwise, to unlock that growth that's coming.
And why is it essential for the eThekwini Furniture Cluster and the KwaZulu-Natal Clothing and Textile Cluster Accelerators to support small businesses?
Yeah, it's essential partly because of what you mentioned in the introduction. Really, the job creation is so critical. Our economy really does need jobs, of course, and also manufacturing specifically is such an important sector for the economy. There's something called multipliers where the jobs that are created in manufacturing have far greater impact within the economy outside of even just that manufacturing plant. So it is really critical for us to grow those manufacturing sectors, hence the focus there.
And what companies have successfully completed the accelerator and have they found success?
Yes, absolutely. So after the last 3 to 4 years, we've had 77 specific commercial opportunities unlocked between these SMEs and large corporates, with 1,000 jobs created. For every R1 that's invested in this accelerator, R4 in commercial opportunities is created in just the first year. So there's a significant success and impact that's resulting from this.
And I mean, SMEs face a number of challenges in South Africa. I mean, that goes without saying, finances, marketing their own businesses. Why do you think this is, such a big challenge for most of them?
Yeah, absolutely. So there's challenges on both sides. Big, large corporates want to find new suppliers. They are actively looking for new suppliers to come into their supply chain, but struggle because there's so many, and how do you sift through the weaker firms compared to the stronger firms and ones that are aligned to your strategy. And then SMEs have similar struggles. It's difficult to get time with just one senior representative in one of these corporates that we have participating in the accelerator. And through participating in this, they're able to access several at one time. So it's just really helpful for both sides to facilitate something like the accelerator. And then on top of it, of course, there's a need to help those SMEs once they are identified to be high potential, not quite perfect, but high potential, to then have the support to scale their business, to get the necessary mechanisms within their own business to absorb the growth that's coming their way now with that big customer that they've landed. So that's really how the accelerator is designed to support both on either side.
Yeah. I mean, and talk to us about how these, accelerators can help them reach their goals.
Yeah, absolutely. So the kind of SME that we're looking for is an SME that is not so much a startup, it's what we call a scale-up. So it's a company who has a sense of what their value proposition is. They know what makes them unique and good at what they do and attractive to a customer. And then we enable that SME to pitch really well to these customers. And so it's a kind of SME that's got aspirations to grow, that's really looking to scale up what they have at the moment. And so, of course, the biggest need for those companies is access to market. First. So how can I access these big customers And I'm speaking of the likes of a Mr. Price and Mr. Price Sport and At Home and Homewood and so on, who are participating in these accelerators. These are very large customers. So an SME first needs some serious growth on their way from a sales perspective. And then once they land that, to be able to understand how to cope with that within your business. Usually there's significant complexity in an SME at the size that they are, and then suddenly you add a whole lot more growth to them, and you need to reduce that complexity and enable them to grow and scale. So there's several mechanisms that we have within the Accelerator to help the SMEs then achieve those goals that they have.
And why is the Accelerator building Black-owned brands?
Well, we think it's important. We think it's a critical component of our economy to address transformation. Yes, we want local suppliers, but we also want to empower suppliers as well. Those who have been disadvantaged previously to have opportunity, and so that's the focus there for us.
All right. Kyle, thank you so much for talking to us. Kyle Ballard on Zoom, and we've been discussing the importance of SMEs to be part of a business accelerator.